Alright, welcome everyone. We're Semblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we're here for My Hero Academia. Episode 22
of season 2.
A
lot of twos there.
Yep.
Yeah.
And this one is looking like it's going to be a very Momo-centric episode.
Yes.
Yes, with a
Yaoyorozu Rising.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try to say it.
Yeah, I probably butchered it.
But that means we could be going through at least a couple of these teacher fights, you know?
That's true.
Because we had the cliffhanger with the one with Sue and Tokiyami.
Exactly.
And if they're going to be kind of focusing the episode and name title based on Momo...
Right. That means that probably more than half, the majority
I'd say
of the
there's going
episode
to be a good chunk of fights in here.
Exactly.
I really feel like these kids being basically brought into this kind of thing to teach them how to be better involved when they need to fight. Villains and stuff is interesting because I think some of these fights are going to end up being a lot easier than others for the students.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, all of the ones that don't have to fight All Might will probably have a bit of an easier job.
That's a good point. That's a very good point.
Let's be real.
Let's be real, right?
Even though it's Deku and Bakugo, it's All Might,
but Eraserhead against Todoroki and Momo.
That
is a good fight.
That's going to be
awesome. I'm really excited for Present Mike because I think he's just silly and awesome and stuff.
Well, yes.
Given that there could be a good chunk of fights here, I'm excited to see which ones get the more heavy focus than others. If they do just the two, it's just Sue, Tokiyami, and then Todoroki and Momo.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
I mean, Momo
would slow things down a little bit, but
it would. But that
could be really good.
That can be totally fine because
character development,
exactly. When we got the first set of the doubles battles in season 1, they kind of just sort of gloss are going to be working together against someone that is so usually so much stronger than them. That will be a great way to bring out aspects of the characters that you wouldn't normally see otherwise.
Yes, which is going to be very good. And hopefully we get actual character development in there as well.
Right.
Which I think this episode is basically hinting at a lot.
Yeah, it's saying at least Momo.
Yeah, at least
Which
Momo,
is good because she's been overdue.
Yeah, I've been waiting for her development for a while. All right, so without further ado, let's get into this episode and see what happens. Clones.
This has got to be one of the more terrifying teachers to fight, I get the feeling.
Yeah. Oh, genius!
Alright, that's cool.
Slingshot.
That's some mobility right there.
Right, so... Yeah, what do they have to work on?
Right.
Oh, just Tokiyami.
Okay.
Okay, what's his weakness?
Ectoplasm.
That is potentially such a broken quirk.
Whoa, he can put his clones anywhere. No range.
30 at once is the real problem, I think.
Wait, karaoke is 36?
Okay. OP strategy is OP.
Oh
yeah, they do have pegs.
Oh.
Gotcha.
An excellent suit with no clear weaknesses.
Yes.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's right, because she is floppy. So that's probably his weakness, kind of like with Tokiyami.
Sure.
Oh.
Oh, here we go.
Okay.
Here we go. Giant bite detention.
Alright.
Some of it's still
it's true.
Unstable. Yeah, well, you don't count as getting through the gate.
Yeah, I don't think that works.
He just kicks. Oh.
見ないでね。先生に気づかれるわ。
She's gonna throw up something.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's the the handcuffs. Yeah.
Right.
Nice. Well done.
Okay. They were.
アスイ常闇チーム条件達成
見事な起点だ賞賛に値する
強越至極
キロキロ
Get get
俺のおかげでな
Absolutely, Dark Shadow.
Yes, of course.
常闇さんとアスイさんがクリ
I'll go straight into their fight.
All right, here we go.
当然ですわ
Oh. Okay.
Power loader. Oh, this is like a Dig Dug type character.
Yeah.
現場の地形は敵側に有利この状況で
You can just jump over it.
Yeah, they have like crazy maneuverability.
有
Yeah.
利な個性を持つヒーローを呼びに行くのが最良の選択だと思う合体だ
Fusion. Oh my gosh. Wow.
That is great.
Well, yeah, with this strategy, one of them will get out. No
Right.
doubt. Oh, he's gonna kick launch him. Yeah.
Ah, okay. All right. Nice. Hopefully he survives.
Okay. Smooth.
All right. Cool.
That was efficient.
Yeah,
Like-
over very quickly.
Oh, here we go.
All right.
Sweet.
八百万緊張してんのか
She sounds like it.
Yeah.
だが少し考えがある死人歴次第俺が引きつけるそしたらお前は脱出ゲートへ突っ走れそ
Okay.
れまで離れるなよ
But he has those band things.
早く何か
Yeah.
作ってくれ
わかりました
Oh, something's up with her. Ah!
何か出せっつったがなんだそれ
Okay.
人形マトリョーシ
Oh my gosh.
そうかとりあえず個性に異変があったらすぐ言ってくれ
And he's using his ice to check.
Sure.
遊泳の推薦入学者スタートは同じはずでしたのにヒー
Interesting.
ローとしての実技において
Oh.
私の方は
Is she like comparing herself a bunch to Todoroki?
Yeah, yeah, you're
あ
right.
なたの指示下についてだけ本戦は常闇さんになすすべなく敗
Oh,
退でした
she's
Yeah.
doubting herself like a
Uh-huh.
lot.
八百万マトリョーシカ
She stopped making them.
来るぞ
Here we go. Oh!
Okay.
Okay, here we go.
They're toast. Like,
先手取られたんだから
yeah, what exactly are they going to be able to do?
そういう
Split up? Sure.
But there's no reason Aizawa can't go after both of them.
でもいいが落下先に気をつけろよ
What the? What?
Oh!
Aizawa! What are you, a ninja?
そりゃヒーロー殺しの
Alright.
違うからな
Oh
ヒ
my
ーローの個
gosh.
性も人数も知ってる迎撃態勢バッチリの敵だ
Good point.
私どこ走って
Oh. This is her internal state. This is what she's like
Oh,
now.
yeah.
She's not confident. She's constantly
Right.
questioning everything herself.
Perfectionist and yep.
相沢先生じゃあもう轟さんを
痛いところはついてくぞ
あれ消されてないそうそう
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
All right.
逆走
おいや
Couldn't he just have the ice kind of create a little bridge?
Yeah,
come down,
or like make a
freeze
layer
them?
around himself to
Yeah.
protect him.
何かあるんだよな悪い聞くべきだったこれでいいかって何かあるんだよな
She is the smartest.
That's true.
Oh no,
No,
you don't have to
That's
compare.
bullcrap.
と
Yeah.
いうのはお前の方が適任だったって言ってるんだ
Exactly.
学級委員決めた時お前2票だったろ1票は俺が入れた
Oh wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That's good to bring that up.
Yeah. That's going back a while.
済んだ
けれど轟さん目を閉じ
Oh dang.
なんだこれ
Yes. Oh my god.
All right.
先行だ
あります轟
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I was wondering why she made dolls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
先生の目少し不安定になっているようです。
USJ の怪我か。で、それを利用するのか。
いいえ、ともかく一旦視界から外れませんか。
Good call.
時間さえあれば。
Yeah, because if he ever blinks, then their quirks wouldn't
exactly
be erased afterwards. Oh, dang.
That's true.
相沢先生が瞬きし、再び見られるまでの一瞬。
Alright.
Oh, good call.
Okay. Alright, I love it. Yeah. Using Todoroki's eyes to create a wall.
I love that. Oh. Alright. Todoroki's just like, okay, yeah.
素材や詳しい製造工程がわからないので、全く同じものは作れませんが。
But can you use it?
Possibly. I would say almost definitely. It's just not going to be used as effectively.
Right.
Wait, what is that? Is that a catapult?
That's a catapult.
That's a catapult.
That is a catapult.
Now I'm really curious.
They have to get to him or escape, so...
Oh, and they covered themselves!
Nice!
Alright! That's genius!
That means... Well, yeah, but that means Todoroki... Okay.
Oh my gosh!
Alright, that's cool. Okay.
Oh. No, I haven't. Oh, it's a memory material.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That's cool.
That's legit. That's legit
cool.
stuff right
Yeah.
there, guys.
That's
oh my
the
gosh.
reason that we wanted to see more of Momo's quirk.
Yes,
they can do stuff
exactly.
Like that.
Well,
they got him. Way to
well
go.
done.
It did seem.
Yeah,
so,
yeah,
you're
you're trying to be too much of a
softy.
teacher, you know.
Uh-huh. Okay. Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, it doesn't always depend on you, Momo.
俺が最前提だと思い引いて、それがお前の策略通りだったわけだ。
All right.
I'll take it.
Yeah.
時間さえありゃだ。ありがとな。
But that is the strength of having two people against Aizawa. Hey!
Oh, okay.
Hey!
Yeah.
Aoyama kun team to 13
Oh.
号先生の試験は
Yeah.
終盤までもつれ
Yeah.
て
How exactly is 13?
Yeah,
Not
they're
gonna
just gonna
kill them?
lose.
Like-
They're just gonna lose.
But 13 will have to be careful. 13 was the one that gave them the lesson on like your quirks can kill people.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, are you trying to be funny? Oh, to other parts of the costume. That's kind of
Okay.
cool.
Oh, and she broke up his glasses.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Ah!
And they went there.
Okay, that was fun.
That was awesome.
That was fun. I
loved
liked
that.
that.
Yeah.
We had been, or at least I had been clamoring for Momo development.
Yes.
So this is an
a
area.
welcome change.
This is an area that's good because it's not getting into the stuff of why she wants to be a hero or anything like that.
Right.
It's getting into the struggle aspects of a character
Yes.
who has not really been dealt a great hand recently. She's been dealt almost a perfect hand in almost every other area and having a fantastic quirk.
And maybe because of that, she holds herself to such a high standard that when anything goes wrong,
Yes,
she gets really down on
she
herself.
spirals out of control.
Yeah.
So we start off with Sue and Tokoyami, and they had their whole slingshot deal,
which was awesome.
Their combination of being actually a party of 3 instead of a party of 2,
right?
Utilizing Dark Shadow and regurgitating the handcuffs that she had swallowed. Oh my gosh,
that was
like,
cool.
They played the teacher hard.
They did. They totally did.
Like, as far as all the fights have gone, theirs has been the most decisive of a victory, I would say.
Sure.
Because there's still the question of whether or not Aizawa was being completely genuine and right to her hand.
Oh, no, I think Recovery Girl's little comment means that Aizawa
was being a little bit intentionally slow in some areas. But then the power loader, Ida, and
but in that case,
question. His name is Ojiro, right?
Yes.
But isn't the headphone jack girl's name Jiro? Their name's like almost the same thing.
It might be Ojiro. No, I think it's Ojiro.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Tail Guy and Ida.
Right. Exactly.
Theirs was pretty definitive because it seemed like they didn't get countered.
No, they didn't. But they did immediately go for sort of the easier way out, which was running away.
I guess that their thing was they realized that the ground being their enemy is pretty bad for some people that are runners.
Right.
But if they just chose to go for the best route possible in the beginning, it was very doable. But given that these fights went this way, it's really making me interested in the fights where it's going to be a little bit more wacky, like Present Mike, Midnight, and then also the Principal.
Yes.
The Principal is going to be in a fight. How is that going to go?
Okay, and I know I always, bring up this person, but I am really interested to see what they do for the Invisible Girl in the fight.
He has, they have Robot McCree against them or something.
Right.
Or just Armored McCree or whatever.
Right, and the previous time when her, Ojiro, and the other person that was with Todoroki, I think it was the
Kaminari.
Arms.
Kaminari.
Oh, maybe it was Kaminari. Yeah.
You mean the cavalry battle?
No. In season 1 when they're in the buildings, right?
Todoroki? No one was with Todoroki.
Right, he had them wait outside. But it was that the people involved in that fight seemed like they were a little bit shafted as far as showing what they can do because Todoroki just overwhelmingly won, right?
Oh, you're talking about who was on Todoroki's team when they
did the 2-on-2,
When they did the 2-on-2.
Yeah. I think it was the Dupla Arms guy.
It might have been, yeah.
And then it was Ojiro and the Invisible Girl on the other team. So that was cool to see Ojiro, being able to do his thing in this episode, and I'm really excited to see what they do with the Invisible Girl in her fight, because that seems like one of those things that's just mechanically it will change the dynamic of the fight so much.
Sure. And we can also find out whether or not she can make... Oh, no, she can't make other things invisible.
Right.
We know that for a fact, because otherwise then her clothes would be invisible.
Right.
So, with Sue being able to vomit up the handcuffs...
Yep.
Like, is it just that her stomach, she has control over it? Because I know frogs can throw up their stomach.
Right.
And I think she actually made mention of that.
She did.
But the thing was is that did she... And the reason why we weren't showing it was because she threw up her stomach... stuffed her hand into her stomach, ripped out the handcuffs, gave it to Dark Shadow, swallowed her stomach back, or did she just throw up whatever was in her stomach and just pump it? And
Who knows?
Because it's gross either way.
I guess we'll never know.
But I could see that being a thing that...
either way, she probably would...
Mineta would make
sexual
in some way.
But at the very least, like... I could see that being something where it's like, okay, this is going to be really gross, for either one. You'll just...
Yeah, but then his clone's quirk, it has no range limit.
No.
It's just a matter of...
seem to.
He can make them. The other thing is, it seemed like he was making clones with the same ectoplasm that got beaten down. So, he's over there by the exit, right?
Uh-huh.
The clones get defeated, basically.
Right.
They lose their shape, but the ectoplasm doesn't disappear completely. And then you see more clones form up behind them.
Sure.
So is he making clones from his clones? Like, are his clones making clones, is my question.
I'm not sure, because they were counting them off. So if he has the limit of 30, then...
But they're not invisible. They would appear behind him.
Right.
Which means I think they were being made behind him.
Sure.
So there is a possibility that he can make them from long range as well.
Right, which is pretty crazy.
Pretty crazy. Like, what if he has constantly, like... a whole bunch of clones that are out there, and then if he has any level of vision through them, any level of control of them.
Sure, yeah, it's probably something where he has to have...
Does he have kaleidoscope vision where he sees 30 different viewpoints through his...
I think so.
Because that would be crazy, but imagine if they had him at all the key important places in the world constantly.
Oh, yeah.
And, yeah. They're just there, and maybe they've all got radio communicators, so they're talking to each other.
Yeah. The only potential problem is that if he has to create them in the presence of either himself or one of the other clones, if they did get taken down, then he'd have to make another one and fly it over
and
there.
Send it over. But that's why someone with like a portal quirk, like...
Well, yeah, if you have portal quirk,
Kurogiri would make
range
it
and monitoring
good.
Doesn't, like...
Right,
goes out the window.
Right, but there's probably other quirks that could be used in conjunction with that aren't a portal quirk.
Right.
But would have accomplished some of the same results, possibly.
I wonder what it would be like for a person, like, if there was someone... at UA that had, like, a portal quirk or a teleporting quirk or just something like that. Like,
yeah. I would love to have a quirk that was not a true teleporting quirk, but it was an alternate dimension that they could, like, vibrate into.
Like a reality marble?
No. Not like enclosing an amount of our space with another part of space, like in Haruhi. I'm talking like this own dimension utilizing time against his quirk. Constantly testing your own quirk,
right?
Because there will be an interval at which it goes through.
So I get the feeling like Aizawa is best when the people don't know who exactly it is they're up against.
Well, absolutely. It's an instant win for Aizawa, I'd say, in that case, unless there's some kind of a...
like a Nomu or something.
Well, there's someone, like, remember in the USJ incident, what do you do about the quirks that change the person physically?
Right.
Like Sue, he can't erase her quirk, her frog-like attributes.
Right, or the Invisible Girl. Like...
Well, that's
probably
because it's light, probably. It's
oh, yeah, that's a good point. He can't take away your quirk if he can't see you.
Yeah, exactly. So with invisibility, he might never be able to take away her quirk. Because I don't think she can make herself visible even if she wants to. Because I think she does want to be visible.
Exactly. That's why when in the tournament when they did the cheerleading, she was all like, yes! I can get people to pay attention to me.
So that confirms that his quirk is potentially based on light.
Yeah.
And the flashbangs add to that as well, and that it blinded him, therefore he couldn't use his quirk. Yep. I wonder if he could touch people, and that would be enough. But, like, he never has to do that. It's more about his eyesight. I think it's just his eyesight.
I think it is his eyesight, yeah.
Because the blinking is what turns it off, so... Right. So, yeah. With having her... Let's talk about where she's at psychologically, though. Because if she's insecure about her ability to make decisions quickly and confidently...
Yeah.
Because of the tournament... fight?
I believe so, yeah.
That just got her into a funk.
Right.
What can we infer on that about her personality?
Well, that she's very hard on herself.
Yes, she has a lot of... That's right. When we got to listen to her internal monologuing...
It was very negative.
Yeah. So, is that a new thing, or is that a constant thing? Like, would you say that... She's a perfectionist in the negative way, and
I would say she is definitely a perfectionist, and that extends into the negative way. Right. Yeah. Yep.
Okay, so if that's the case, one of the things that is positive of perfectionists is that they're a very hard study, and that they work very hard.
Right. But hence why she is usually the one at the top of the
class. Yeah. Yes. But what that also puts into is a performance mindset, that they're only as worthy as their results are.
Yes.
So that means that any time she kind of fails, she could relapse into that.
Yeah.
what would be the thing that would knock her out of that? Because succeeding, succeeding.
Right, she's too used to succeeding, I think.
Exactly. I don't think succeeding is enough to solve the problem. It'll get her out of the funk temporarily. Sure.
Yes, that's true.
But I think the main growth we would need to see in her is her ability to, I would say, do things that show that other people value her outside of her ability.
Sure. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely.
Because she can't change how they see her, but she can change her perception of how they see her.
Right. How she perceives them.
How she perceives them seeing her. Yeah. Exactly.
One other thing that could potentially help with that is if she were able to see the idea that, like, it's not just about coming up with a plan and you know being studious and stuff like that,
right?
But the ability to basically roll with the punches, the idea that it's the C-, students that usually become the CEOs, right? Because they learn how to handle when things go wrong,
right? But we don't know what her goals are, so
no, that's true.
Just because she has good grades, it doesn't mean that she has a desire to be someone in a powerful role.
Oh no, yeah, I'm not saying anything like that. I'm more of saying that if she became good friends with somebody that wasn't necessarily the smartest or the best, so to speak, but they knew how to handle when things just don't go well.
Sure,
right?
But we don't know even really who her friends are, other than I think Jiro, the headphone jack girl, and maybe Todoroki.
Yeah,
and I don't think we've ever seen her really hang out with anyone except that bit where
with the studying, yes,
with the studying
which
group.
was awesome.
Yeah,
and I think maybe that could be a way for her to grow as a character, because, like, she needs friends. Like we all need people in our lives, right? And especially when like in a case like hers where she's so hard on herself, I could see that being even more important, because that way she'll be able to see that, no, I don't actually need to beat myself up all the time every time some little thing doesn't go right.
The bit I actually see a similar thing is that this is kind of a thing that Deku has to deal with, is that he will go into muttering mode, and he'll just start chattering out things that are not necessarily the most positively helpful type things. So Momo's is more internal. So she's not going to get as much help from it because she's not letting other people know about it.
Yeah.
So there's a little bit of false humility in there potentially.
Sure.
There's a little bit of areas where she could actually end up being one of the greatest heroes in the entire school.
Yep.
If she was not doing that self-talk.
Exactly.
If it was more positive. Do you feel like her little step in this right direction, though, is going to be more of a thing where, although she won't give up the negative self-talk as much, she'll figure out things like, having a stockpile of things on hand that I've made is better than having to generate them on the fly as I feel like I need them, because then that's less decisions that I need to make while in combat.
Right. I think, yes, absolutely yes to that, because there's the whole idea that they showed this with Todoroki, so it's good to know that they understand this, but people don't grow overnight.
Yes.
So she's still probably going to have trouble with this.
Yes.
But I absolutely think, I hope that she learns to have a ready stockpile of things going. And
wouldn't that be great, though? Like, as a joke, awesome. To be like, she opens up her bag and she's like, all right, what do we need? And they're like, we need this. Oh yeah, I've got tons of those. And she just starts dispensing like stuff out.
Yeah.
And then she's like, oh, I ran out of these. Okay, I'll brrr. And she like makes like 12 more or something like that.
Yeah. I'm actually kind of surprised that she hasn't already been doing that, because she is a very smart and studious kind of person. So you would think that even though that she would basically be able to realize that, okay, I'm not very good at coming up with things on the fly, so instead I'm going to just try and prepare for the unexpected so that I won't have to.
Sure, but one thing that could be a problem with that is she doesn't know. You don't know what you don't know.
That's true.
So she was having the problem in this fight of, is this the right thing to do? Is this the best thing to do? One of the things that Deku has a positive thing of is that he will sometimes act without thinking.
Right.
Because acting at all is better than
acting even if it's not
badly.
necessarily the best thing to do.
His father's saying, like, some action is better than no action at all, so take action, son.
Right.
In this case, Momo might might have a little bit of an upbringing where it was kind of a thing of, consider your words carefully, be proper, don't speak unless spoken to, just wait for that moment where you can raise your hand and give a jaw-dropping little speech of sorts that will have everyone be going, whoa, she's smart. But also, that doesn't really invite much connection.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah,
it doesn't.
So maybe Momo should take a cue from characters that are studious, smart, but action takers like the Elric brothers.
Sure.
And kind of do a little bit more of a constantly asking questions, constantly going out and trying to bump into new problems and obstacles so that they can be overcome.
What we need her to do is use her creation quirk to make the Blu-rays for Brotherhood and then watch them and learn from them.
I've always wondered if an anime that's like this, like some kind of shonen thing set in Japan, would have their own
references
shonen.
To other
No, not real ones, but it would be like, have you watched the latest thing on such and such? It's like, oh my gosh, they're 200 episodes in, it's so good. And someone else is like, I think it's been getting a little bit slow ever since things died down. In episode 85, it's like shh.
And maybe taking like subtle prods at other shows
stuff,
or whatever,
subtly.
Exactly.
But do you think Aizawa? You do think Aizawa was pulling his?
Yes, I think it was a reasonable thing to think. So it's like, okay, yeah, Todoroki is there, he's still covered, and his ice, he could just start freezing the floor.
Right, we can never know what would have happened.
Exactly,
because they might have done that, and Momo might have been stopped. But Aizawa might have gotten frozen, and then eventually they would have won 2 minutes later or something.
But I like the idea that Aizawa did go a little bit easy on them, not because it takes away something from Momo, but because it shows a bit more development and personality for Aizawa. Because Aizawa has such a rule of cool factor going for him.
Right.
And he does have lots of great moments where he chimes in, like when he chewed out the people at the tournament for booing Bakugo.
Right.
So I want there to keep being things like that, since he doesn't get as much screen time as a teacher like All Might, but he's definitely more of a main character than the other UA teachers.
Way more.
So,
I think that's an important point, because he is the quintessential opposite of All Might.
Right.
And that's good because he's a hero. That's the quintessential opposite of All Might.
Yeah.
And we haven't met All for One yet, but I'm guessing he's also an opposite of All Might, but he has some right, but not in a good way. But he has some similarities as well that make him different than someone like like he has a lot more similarities than someone like Aizawa has.
Right, and again, like, okay, this is just one of those things where, like, I'm glad that Aizawa has so many limitations to his quirk and that they've got more since USJ, but like Aizawa and All Might would basically be the ultimate team.
Yeah, they could lose
because Aizawa would just be like, okay, I'll take away his quirk right now. All Might's just like, yay, boom,
one hit kill,
gone.
Like, it's kind of a Bakugo Deku situation. Like, if they work together, my gosh, but they don't like each other.
Yeah,
of course,
right.
That's how it has to be, because otherwise
the villains would just die out.
I always wonder,
like
I'm imagining this fight between All for One and All Might, and it's kind of this thing of like, keep that ninja bastard away from this fight. And it's like,
there's all these no moves going after him.
Yeah, exactly. He finally gets there and ching, one thing, and then boom, uppercut. All for One's down, done. Like his head's snapped off almost, or something like that. And then it's like, he survived,
Yeah, exactly.
We did have a lot of people putting in comments of saying All Might was surprised that he survived. And we had thought that maybe All Might wasn't trying to kill him, but apparently, by that logic, if he had said that he was surprised he survived, that sounds like All Might tried to kill him. He didn't kill him, and All Might is surprised by that. So I just wanted to bring that up, but we should discuss the episode primarily.
Yes. Okay. So now there was that other thing after the credits.
Yes, after the credits
with Naval Laser
and Uraraka.
And 13.
So 13, of course, is kicking their butts. There's no contest.
I don't think anyone really would have been able to handle 13.
I think Uraraka has the biggest chance because her quirk defies physics. It does something that fundamentally no one else in Class 1A can do.
Right.
As far as I know,
actually, Deku probably would have had the best chance against 13.
Why?
Because just maneuverability.
Because you don't like it comes out of both hands or both fingers and stuff. It's just
okay, that's again one of those things where it's like I can understand some of the heroes like toning themselves down so they don't actually hurt these students.
Right.
But with Uraraka and Naval Laser Guy holding on to that steel bar or whatever it was, and 13's just sitting there, walking towards them.
If he's taking it a little bit easy on them.
Oh yeah, he's taking it easy. Well,
because he doesn't want to kill them.
Exactly, he doesn't want to kill them, and I get the feeling he is being very careful that as soon as they let go, he's going to turn off his quirk because otherwise he would kill them. They would get sucked up and turned to dust.
So are they going to figure that out and then use it to their advantage? He wouldn't kill us, and then they let go, and then Uraraka, touches him, and then Ayama, he just runs away. Oh!
Possibly
in a fabulous way.
Exactly.
That would be a way they could get around it.
Right.
I feel like not everyone has to win though. Just like Kirishima.
Yep.
And Sugar Guy.
Yes.
I keep forgetting that that was a quirk that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
The multiplier was pretty ridiculous.
It was.
I feel like we kind of forgot to discuss that much that episode. But anyway, this episode is good. They went through 3 fights. Good rate, good pacing. I think that means that all the other fights are going to be done in the next episode before they get to All Might, Bakugo, Deku. Which now that I've seen that they're allowing people to lose, All Might could beat them. And they could still make it an amazing
They
episode.
absolutely could. And that's one of the things that I'm very much looking forward to, because in the same way that the idea of All Might actually going to kill someone, and like in the case of One for All, that's terrifying.
That is very terrifying.
So, and even though it won't be All Might trying to kill them in their fight, the idea that All Might will be their enemy,
yes. Oh my! One of the things I'm excited for is in this episode they briefly did it where the clones guy rushed them and the villain music started playing. The villain theme started playing.
That was awesome.
If they have that playing when All Might is fighting them,
yes,
it's gonna be so cool.
Yeah.
Of the fights kind of prior to that, I know we each have our fights that we're kind of looking out for. You're looking out for the Invisible Girl fight. I'm looking out for the Present Mike fight. I feel like none of us really care too much about the Midnight Mineta and Sero fight.
Oh, is Sarah the other one?
Yeah, I think Sarah's the other one.
That's right, because we talked about the sticky on the bull ass.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, right.
It has potential.
Because
he can unclip the tape from his elbows.
Right.
So it's not like the balls would be stuck permanently to himself or anything.
Yeah.
But I feel like that fight, we don't really care.
Okay.
So I'm glad it's with the 2 fights that we are going to be excited about.
Because it's probably going to be those 3 fights, and then I don't know if there are any others.
Are there any other fights?
The
principal.
The principal, and he's against Dupla Arms and
no, he's not against Dupla Arms. Dupla Arms is with Invisible Girl. Yeah.
Wait. Yeah. Oh yeah, and they're going up against the McCree guy.
It's the 2 people that are that failed the. They did really badly on the exams prior. They had the very low scores. It's
Kaminari.
Kaminari and Mina Ashido.
That'll be weird because we have no idea what exactly it is the principal can do.
Right. I feel like he's an animal, and that's his quirk.
Yeah.
He's like a humanoid animal.
But they've already done Yoda, so.
But what?
How are they
let's theorize what his quirk could be, because I feel like his quirk has to be something that makes him wise. Why is he the leader?
Yeah,
maybe it's something regarding just his ability to do problem solving.
Sure. Well, here's another way to think about it.
Sure.
With Kaminari and Mina, what are their weaknesses? That they failed, that they aren't doing very good in the actual practical set. Yeah, they're kind of dumb. Okay.
Oh, so he's smart, they're dumb.
Sure.
Yeah.
That, because I can't see any other overlap with their quirks as far as why they would be at a disadvantage against someone in particular. With Kaminari, he can't last very long, right? And then
there's so many jokes to make about that.
Yeah. And then with Mina, it's like, okay, she has acid, which is pretty cool, and she's pretty strong physically.
Yeah, so they kind of actually make a good team.
Yeah,
I would say.
So I'm not exactly sure what they're going to go for with that.
Maybe his electricity can conduct with her acid.
Sure.
And he has to be careful about using his powers all out with her nearby.
Okay.
And, you know, therefore, he has to focus on more controlled bursts, and she has to focus on working with a teammate, whereas she's generally not.
Yeah.
Well, no, she's a good teammate, I would say.
She
did well with Bakugo's group in the cavalry
But I would say Kaminari is a particularly difficult teammate to work with.
Yes.
Like you kind of work around Kaminari. Like you develop your strategy around him, you know, like Todoroki did in the cavalry battle.
Right, you're like, Kaminari, go into the middle and scream a lot. And then I'm going to go hide and run away. And then Kaminari's like, hey, principal, come after me. And then...
The principal's too smart for that, so he goes in, Kaminari does it, but then he, manages
what
to...
What I'm terrified of is, does he have any, crazy physical capabilities we don't know?
That's
is his thing going to be that he'll, jump on the back of them and then, strangulate them? And it'll be
so, what I think when I think of the principal is I think, Reepicheep.
Yes, so, from Narnia, yeah.
And maybe it's just because, he's also a mouse or whatever it is.
Or whatever he is, yeah.
But, yeah, if he was some sort of, skittering around, sneaking up on them and stuff, that would be
That'd be kind of creepy, too.
Yeah.
What if
it'd be hilarious.
What if he uses, weapons or something? He brings in, specific items and stuff?
Okay.
Do you think he's wearing, half his body weight on his... arms and stuff? Because what is that?
They did say that
5
was a thing.
pounds or 7 pounds or something.
Yeah. So
whoa, what a problem.
I'm not sure. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what they do for that. Yeah.
Another thing that would be pretty cool is, say if it's an escape thing.
Mm-hmm.
The idea is that they have to find their way out, and he's making it harder for them to get out in the time limit.
Okay.
So it's not that imagine they're in a maze. And he has
he fights them without fighting them, kind of a thing.
No, yeah, something where he changes the maze up.
Okay, now here's a crazy
that could be
thought.
Cool.
Here's a crazy thought. All right, now when you think of the idea of the principal of some school,
right?
You think that they would be the most one of the more powerful people at the school. Now,
generally you do.
Generally, now in this case, All Might is the obvious super powerful person, right. So the principal doesn't have to be. But what if? Okay, so...
What if he's been hiding this insanely crazy quirk?
What if... So, Kaminari and Mina, the thing they have in common is that they're kind of dumb.
Yes.
So what if he had something that attacks them mentally? Because mental powers are, OP no matter how you slice it. Right?
It's a combination of some kind of... enhanced
illusion
brain, but it gives
whatever.
him some ability to do other things as well.
Who knows?
Maybe his quirk is evolution, and it's what it is it's basically he is an enhanced evolved creature. No, an actual enhanced evolved animal that's constantly getting smarter and more powerful, and he's almost about to develop psionic abilities or something like that. I don't know, not something that crazy, but the idea
that's pretty crazy.
The idea that he, being clearly some kind of humanoid animal, there was a progression of point to where he became because this is the thing that I'm curious about. When the kids Sue were 4 years old, did they start turning into a frog?
Right, or
were they always had some frog-ish tendencies, and it's that their family has kind of froggish stuff, and it's just being passed down DNA biologically.
Right. Well, and I don't think it's necessarily that it's at 4 years old that everyone gets their quirk.
Right.
I think it's possible for people to get their quirk earlier than that because there was the baby.
It's
that was born
by
that was,
age 4, almost everyone will have their quirk.
Yeah.
That's true. The baby was glowing when it was born. So,
right.
Yeah.
Imagine how terrifying that must have been for the invisible girl.
No, it's the doctor's all right, you ready? I'm blind! Can't see!
Imagine the invisible girl. He comes out. Would the umbilical cord be invisible too? No, okay,
No, it's an invisible pregnancy. The mom's invisible too, and it's all right, I've got this like they've covered her in this like sand coating, so they've got like the ability to see like, all right, now go in here. It's like infrared. I don't know that. Oh my gosh, this just these are discussions that get weird. All right, I don't think there's really anything about the episode that we need to discuss. Then we're just discussing about future.
But yes, except that they brought up
what?
The romantic feelings subject.
Yes, they did
in this high school show.
They did.
So that's
so at the very least she's going to be thinking about it,
right? And like,
but
okay,
that could make things a little bit weird.
It could make things a little bit weird, but at the same time, I'm excited that they're doing this because so often it feels like shows don't go down that path unless they specifically are like a rom-com or something, right?
But they do it in shonen stuff. It's just kind of annoying what they do. It's not like I like you, anything baka, you know?
Yeah, but even then they don't do that very much. Like,
kinda.
Like,
it's more of like the...
Like, Full Metal Alchemist is the best example I can think of where it's actually done.
Done right?
No, just... Well, yeah, that too, but just done. Like...
Sure, the blushing, the little bits
like
of tension and stuff.
Like, okay, Soul Eater, Bleach, Naruto, and what other shonen stuff I've seen? We haven't seen anything like that so far in Hunter x Hunter. Don't tell us or anything if there is anything like that, but like...
I feel like Hunter x Hunter is kind of a sausage fest in general, so there's... I mean, unless there's some gay relationships, that'd be kind of cool. But no, I don't think there's going to be any romantic stuff in Hunter x Hunter in general.
So it's one of those things that the fact that My Hero Academia is actually like acknowledging that is a thing that happens in high school is kind of refreshing. Like and because they handle everything else so well.
I'm not negative about it, but I don't think it's going to go to. I don't think it's going to go anywhere.
No, it's not going to be some huge focus or anything.
Yeah,
but I'm interested to see what they do.
Cool. Yeah. All right, guys. Well, if you want to watch the next episode of My Hero Academia with our reactions, go check out the link in the description below for our Patreon. Get on early access. Check out our Discord. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We'll see you all next time. But until then, Resemblance of Sanity. I'm Caleb.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you all next time. I said it twice, but whatever. Don't care. Bye.